I'm going to use order day of the week to demonstrate how I can use clean to transform data. So I start by hovering over the column, click the ellipse, and I select clean. In this case, I'm just going to select convert to uppercase. And when I click clean, the grid refreshes, and you can see under the order day of week, it's now showing uppercase values. I'm going to use order date to demonstrate the split function and how it can create new data. I can use split with date, time, and character data. So I start by hovering over the column I want to work on, and I click on the ellipse, and I click split. A new pane opens up, and I see the different options I have available to me. So I can break out the date or the time function. But in my example, I'm just going to create a new day of week column. So I select include day of week. I can see that in my preview. When I click next, a new pane opens up, and I have the option of changing the name of the new columns. I can see that the new column is now appearing in my data module. I can use calculations to create, clean, and transform data. In this example, I will create a new measure using channel and revenue. I start by hovering over sales.xls, click on the ellipse, and select calculation. I'm going to name my calculation online revenue. I can start to build out my expression. When I'm creating a calculation, I can choose attributes from my existing data model, as well as use a rich set of functions from my function list, so things like operators, summaries, and constructs. In this case, I'm going to use the if-then-else construct. I can now start to drag and drop the values from my data module in this case. So for example, and I've created my calculation now. So when the channel is online, I'll have revenue, otherwise I'll have zero. And if I wanted to see what that looked like, I can click the preview button, and preview appears down, and I can see that yes, when channel is retail, I get zero. So it looks like I'm functioning like I expect. I press OK, and the new measure is added to my data module.
Data can be enriched through translation. Here, I will be introducing a rule whereby I want my data to be in French when relevant. I am selecting my language for it to be French, and then English here. Then I am dragging the original language of my data into this section, while I am dragging the French text into this one. For preview, we can see that the table, name, and headers have now been translated into French. With additional filters, the entire data can be translated into French per relevancy of the users.